Gyan Shastra.
Enjoying this protest right now that is going live right outside the City Hall of New York. Again, the US. Again, tomorrow there will be many memorials for the death of George Floyd throughout the US. And today, the movement of all those protests in the US has gained momentum. We see more and more people, especially in New York City, coming to join protests have been going on throughout the day in many different areas. Again, right now I'm taking you to the protest that is happening right outside the City Hall. Of course, people demand social justice, they demand change. So this is the City Hall, and here is where protesters have gathered. Again, for those that happen to just join this live, we're live from New York City, giving you the direct image of yet another protest demanding justice and change. Of course, on the aftermath of the death of George Floyd in the hands of the police.
One thing that we're going to do right now is create first agreements, yes? Yes! Okay, one of those first agreements is going to be one mic. One mic. One mic. One mic. One mic. Our second, in our set of first agreements, step up, step back. Step up, step back. You guys know what that means? Who's heard that before? I only see a couple of hands in the crowd. Yes? Don't be ashamed. Listen to what that means. If you have something to say, say it. Alright? If you have something to say, say it. But also allow other people to have opportunities to speak. Yes? Y'all understand that? I think we live step up, step back every day of our life. Yes? Okay. And the last one, certainly not least. Let's respect each other. Yes? What's number one? Number two. Number three. Respect each other. Okay, so can we maintain one mic right now? Yes. Ashe.
We're almost wrapping up. One sec. Let her finish.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say I did not plan to be here. I'm sure none of you guys did either. But I'm tired of scrolling through my timeline and seeing another person being unjustly murdered on camera for everybody to see. I'm tired of cops having that arrogant look in their eyes when they look because they feel like they're untouchable. Right. Same one I'm sure they have in their eyes right now because they feel like we're going to keep marching and they're going to give us a little something and we're going to stop or we're going to forget or we're going to get tired of them arresting us, or tired of them chasing us, or tired of them threatening us, and we're going to be too scared to come out. That is not going to happen, is it? No! That is not going to happen, is it? No! No justice? No peace! No justice? No peace! Don't forget that shit, yo.
Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! So I'm going to close this out with some pretty incredible news that we just heard. And this is going to be inspiration as to why you need to come out tomorrow. The ACLU of Minnesota just said that the Minneapolis City Council members have announced their intent to disband the Minneapolis Police Department. And invest in community-led public safety. My church, I want to read that one more time, and then I'm going to explain why we got to show up tomorrow. The ACLU of Minnesota just said that the Minneapolis City Council members have announced their intent to disband the Minneapolis Police Department and invest in community-led public safety. What does this mean? So what does this mean? Let me tell you, we've been told that it's crazy to disband the police, to defund them. But look at what has happened because we continue to show up. Look at what has happened when we keep the pressure on them. Look. This is the power of the people. We're done. This is not victory. We still have so much more to work towards. This is a step in the right direction. But we know that too often they will take a step, and then when we calm down, they will take us back. So what do we have to do? What do we have to do? What do we have to do? I need all of us to show up tomorrow, to show up the day after, because this is proof that the people is where the power is. All power to the people. 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 Alright. Now at this time, we are going to conclude. We don't have walked who knows how much, all the way at minimum from like 64. And where are we now? City Hall. So, this concludes things. If you want to continue, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, please get home safely. Take care of yourselves. Remember to hydrate. Remember to eat. And check in on each other. Love each other. My check. Alright guys, hold on. As we egress, okay? Please be mindful that we have NYPD to our left and to our right. In front of us, behind us, above us, looking at us in places that we probably don't even know. Okay? So please, do not engage and be safe. One love.
Again, we are live in New York. You just heard the organizers sharing some news that the Minneapolis City Council has voted to dismantle the police. We have not verified that, but it was shared here during this protest. And of course, gave a lot of joy to all those protesters that have as one of their demands, or at least many of them, they have been saying defund the police.
Bikes! Bikes!
Again, we're live from New York City, outside the City Hall, as yet another day of protests comes to an end, at least for now. Of course, tomorrow the movement that has started after George Floyd's death will continue to demand social justice in New York City and around the US. A movement that, as we have seen, especially yesterday and today, is gaining momentum among a lot of people that come out to support and join in the demands of the protesters. And here you see people hiding and cheering in joy after hearing the news that the City Council of Minneapolis has decided to dismantle the police department and follow community policing. And I will be joined here from two ladies that had been protesting here, and of course I want to ask you to tell us why so much joy here today. We just heard some news, and what those news mean to you.
It means that we won't get abused anymore for being ourselves. We won't get abused for walking on the street and people just pulling out something and then cops just shoot us for no reason because of our color of skin.
But is it, many people have been saying, is it the only solution to dismantle the police or to demand better policemen?
Oh, absolutely not. The police we didn't have police to begin with, and the police is such a white supremacist frat boy organization that, like, even if we get to the root of it, it's bad. So we have to dismantle it. Rather than police, what we need are people to take care of the homeless, to take care of housing, take care of food insecurity. We need police out of schools. All they're doing is policing us. We need caretakers. We need community caretakers.
And how do you see this whole movement? I just reported that I've been seeing more and more people, especially yesterday and today, joining protests, very peaceful protests here in Manhattan. But I want you to say, how have you been seeing the movement? Is it growing? You think it's going to be continuing, demanding more and more justice? Or will it come to an end with the burial of George Floyd in 2 days?
I don't think it'll come to an end because George Floyd is not the only black person that's been hurt by the police. There's been other black people that have been hurt. We need to be heard for more than just police shooting us. There's more rights that we want and more things that we...
Thank you guys, great job.
Thank you so much, ladies. Have a good night.
I'm like curious about it.
Again, this was an interview of two of the protesters here. They told us how they feel about the latest news that came out of Minneapolis. Of course, please stay tuned on our Facebook page. Tomorrow we will be covering different protests here from New York. For further analysis, go to GreekReporter.com. And for the thoughts of the day, don't forget to visit our Instagram page.
Here has no idea.